Also, wanted to say, I didn't get to say in the last video, man, if you have any accomplishments, you know, keep doing it and keep dreaming big. So, you know, I'm not at a position to where I can say like, man, I'm super successful, or I'm even, you know, where I want to be, anything like that. Because, you know, being a college student and, you know, working on that and then working on other things on the side, it's really a starting process for me. So, also, age isn't an excuse as well. So a lot of times, you know, I'll say that I'm too busy for something, or I'm doing too much, or, you know, do it while you're young, or, you know, wait till you're like 30, you hear this stuff like that. But I mean, there's even younger people that have been really successful that are millionaires, you know, some that could be billionaires. But everybody's path and everybody's success is different. But if you have goals or dreams, never let them die or go away. Sometimes as well, we may have dreams and we may never understand how to go about those dreams because of we may not be around people that were dreamers and sought after their dreams, or we may have never been taught how to go about our dreams. So a lot of times too, you hear from adults that they'll say, man, you know, I was trying to do this, and, you know, it just didn't work out like the way that I wanted it to. But there should always be a backup, because you shouldn't have to have just one dream that you were chasing. You should have to have multiple. So from the younger generation, my generation, you know, I feel like when we're talking to adults sometimes, you know, not every adult that we're around is the most successful, where they have this big business, or, you know, they've completed like this big thing. A lot of them are baby boomers. So a lot of them were working with companies, you know, since they first started, and then they ended up working with them for multiple years to get their 401k or other benefits. But we're in a generation to where there's a lot of entrepreneurs, and a lot of people are dreaming of doing things that are different than what our previous generations have done. So even with myself, you know, not necessarily being around people that have really succeeded in things that they've truly wanted to do, because they may have thought they didn't have that opportunity. So it makes it difficult to see that dreams can't happen. So I'm actually seeing that now. That's like really whatever you want to do, you can do. And also too, the older that you get, the more that you should put yourself in positions to learn newer skills, because that can be another dream that you have. So for instance, you know, me liking to cook, and me like, you know, me liking to be in a sales role. And I would have never thought that I would even be cooking and selling plates to people, and really like loving the aspect of cooking. You know, I've always had the niche to want to cook and to want to show some of the things that I felt like I can cook, but you know, I never really got the opportunity to until I got to college. So then that becomes something like one of my dreams is I want to have a restaurant, and I'm going to make sure it happens. Another one of my dreams is, or, you know, aspirations is to work for like, either to work for a little bit and to have, you know, my own type of business that deals with sales and technology. And I'm going to make it happen because I see that that's a route that I can take, and I'm starting to see the type of effort that it does take to make that happen. And a lot of times people get so caught up on the fact that I didn't have that opportunity, or this was in the way, this and that. But you can literally read up on so many stories and watch so many videos where somebody was in a really, really shitty situation, and they still took the time to figure out what exactly that they could do to do better for themselves. So everybody's situation is different. Everybody may have had some perks. Some people may have some perks that could have led up to them, you know, being successful the way that they wanted to be. But some people really started from the bottom, man. Some people have really made changes, by actually just doing it and not really caring what the circumstances were. So that's what I'm starting to figure out. Like, you know, a lot of people that are around me and that I've been around, you know, they'll make excuses about, oh, I got this and that, or, you know, I don't really know. It's just like, man, are you even trying? What are your goals and your dreams? You know, anything can be possible if you just put your mind to it. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself and trying to push forward to, because there's so many things that I've took upon myself and that I've accomplished in these like last couple of years of college that people that are my age wouldn't have not accomplished, and not many people my age do accomplish. So when you see things like that happening, it just opens up your mind to really go after what you want to go after. You always have to look in your life down the timeline. So you have to figure out, when I was at this point, man, nothing was really going on, or I wasn't really accomplishing anything because I didn't know. But man, a year later, I accomplished this. So why can't I accomplish this other thing that I want to do if I accomplish this thing that I just did and I didn't even really have the resources that I needed? So it's all a mental thing. Like, it's just so eye-opening that when you are around certain people, their mindset as to, man, I don't really know, or it's just, I can't, I don't have an answer. And then you go to some people that are like, I didn't have the answer or the resources as well too, but I went and found a way to get it done, or I went and found a way to make that thing happen. And that's where the two things differentiate, because there's always going to be those two different types of people. And I can definitely say that I was one of those types of people. And sometimes I do kind of bring back that aspect as to where I show the other side, but I've actually put myself into different positions to where I have seen that things can happen if you actually put the time and effort towards it. And the thing is, like, for some businesses and stuff too, like, there's not always going to be a legit structure. So for instance, with my cooking, my meal thing, I never really had a structure to do it. People said that they wanted food, they liked my food, so I figured out a way, and I talked to a friend about it. Man, we should start selling these plates because people really love the quality, so we just got to figure out a different way as we go to make it better. And then the big thing is too, like, having those repeat customers that are still showing love, and so just getting their feedback, that'll help you push yourself to figure out ways to reel in other customers, and then make the current customers that you have continuously satisfied. So I probably can't even make a video on this as long as I want to, because this will just take forever. But yeah, I mean, it's all an eye-opening thing. It's definitely like intriguing just to figure out like how people got to where they are, and people that were at low points, or people that were at high points and then they fell down but then found a way to get back up, their mentality. Because I do feel like everybody in this world has the opportunity to be great. And then the reason being is because, like I said, you can watch so many videos and talk to so many people about different stories, and it doesn't matter what background you came from, whether you're the richest or whether you're the most poor. It's all mentality, as far as moving forward. So, you may see some celebrities or see people that are really, really rich. And you may see, where the son or the daughter gets passed down money from their parent. They're living this lavish lifestyle, but then they eventually throw it all away because they never got to develop that mental to where they could figure out, man, I'm really on my own. I got to make my own decisions. They always had somebody giving them something or making that decision for them, as opposed to somebody that may have been poor. And it can be vice versa. I'm not saying for everybody, but as opposed to somebody that was poor, and, they didn't really know the route to go, or they didn't have the resources. They didn't really know what to do, but they still had a strong mental capability that they were not going to get to the low point that they once were at. So it's all perspective wise. And I just wanted to create this video just to give y'all an evening thought and just to vent a little bit.